Less than 2 weeks before the governorship election in Edo State, 4 aides to the state governor, Godwin Obaseki, have resigned their appointments. ATM reports that the former senior special assistants, SSAs to the governor, also resigned from the People's Democratic Party. Dr. Pamela Archer also resigned as special advisor to Owan East Local Government Council. The resignation letters dated September 4 and September 6, 2024 were addressed to the chairman of the council and chairmen of their various wards. The former aides to the governor are Osayande Emenya, Ward 6, Henry Osaheni Okato, Ward 6, Efosa Edo Osage, Ward 6, Oredo Local Government, and Timothy Edopolo, Ward 8, Iboba Oka Local Government Area. Emenya, who was the former youth leader of Ward 6 and former organizing secretary of Oredo Local Government of the party, and Efosa Edo Osage hinged their resignation from the party due to the non-payment of their salaries since their appointment as SSA to the Edo State governor. The duo and others also attributed that resignation from the appointments and the party to the alleged marginalization of the Aboriginal members of the party. They said, "We are also resigning from the party based on principle of equity, fairness, and justice that we hold dearly, which no longer prevails within our party at the ward levels, coupled with the marginalization of the Aboriginal PDP members who have worked assiduously to sustain this party prior to its infiltration despite complaints," they said. They, however, thanked the leadership of the party and the state governor for the time they have spent in the party since its inception and the opportunity to serve the state government. On her part, Pamela attributed her resignation as SA at Owan East Council to the lack of inclusiveness in the decision-making and governance of the council. Nze, what do you have to say to this story?
It is it's normal in Nigerian politics, in the system. When you are no longer comfortable at where you are, you can vote out.
Why? The question, the interest is the timing.
Well, the timing,
less than 2 weeks to the Guber elections.
The timing must be well calculated by the campees,
okay,
or those that decided to resign. Because if they do it now, they feel the ruling party where they have served over time will feel the pause. It will affect them maybe negatively. But another thing behind this should be, what is the reason behind their resignation? It could be that they felt they were not being carried along. Like some of them who claimed they were not being included in the decision-making of the executive committee of a local government and all that. And for that reason, she can't serve in an executive where her input is not taken. You know, somehow we begin to look at it as being either selfish or thereabout. But whatever happened, it is allowed in Nigerian politics. When you are no longer comfortable at a certain party, with some certain party, you can decamp to another. Yeah, the law permits that. There's an opening. So it is not an issue. But the point is that it's a minus to Obaseki government if truly they are not Moors. They have not been serving as Moors in that camp. Yes, if they have not been serving as Moors, it will be a minus to Obaseki. But if they have been serving as Moors, it will be a plus. But the point is that I believe that all these people who are now the campaign must have 1 or 2 followers who will also leave Obaseki camp. So it's a plus to APC or whichever political party.
It's unclear now where the party they are joining.
They will join.
What is clear is that they have left PDP and also resigned.
Yes.
All right.
So it's a minus. And I also look at it from the angle that those who are manning the affairs of Obaseki's administration seem to lost sight of the things like this, because they should have prevented something like this. If they will leave, let them leave after the election. Not before
non-payment of salaries?
Yeah. Let them be patient to the end. Bible said that he that endureth to the end shall be saved. Maybe their salary would have been paid maybe just few weeks or few days to the election.
Really?
Yeah, because
you know that layout.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. If they have really opened up their grievances to the appropriate authority and show their threat that if we are not considered, we may have no option than to leave. I believe that if those who are manning that government are sensitive enough, they should consider. And because of the effect, the negative effect it will have on their government, they're supposed to pay them. But now they are leaving just about maybe a few weeks, 2-3 weeks to the election, 2 weeks to the election, and you are leaving. So you forfeited all the days or months or years of, of your services.
It's not a new thing. It's not news that people serve under certain administration and their salaries were never paid.
Yeah, it's not new to us.
It's not new. So now, probably they are citing non-payment of salaries as part of the reason for resignation. So probably when you say if they were patient to the end, they will be paid.
Now that they left.
That's a conspiracy theory.
Now that they left, will they ever get a salary? Where they will go to? Will they be compensated with the salary? The answer is no. That is why, look, we are talking to people. Let Nigerians learn to be patient to the end. Not with this government anyway, but let Nigerians learn to work to the end to at least earn a result. Now, the Obaseki government will blame them for leaving as at the time they left. We were preparing your salaries and all that. They have given Obaseki excuse to stand
preparing salaries, but
we are preparing your salary
the
and all
same government has money to run campaigns.
Yes, they have to.
Billions.
Yes. That is priority. They prioritize their campaign, their winning election to the well-being and welfare, which is very, very wrong in every administration.
All right.
Yeah, each administration should consider the people that is working for them, the people they have come to serve, take care of them and all that.
All right. Ugochukwu, what is your take on this story?
Obaseki cannot cease to be on the news for the very wrong reasons, and funny ones are that. The intricacies and the double standing is at play in Edo State, and Obaseki seems to not to be a smart learner in this case. Obaseki suffered this type of mass resignation when he was jostling for his second tenure in office, which he's still serving now. You could remember his commissioners, his kitchen cabinet members resigned in droves, and they left him at sea. That is why most of us questioned his rationality when he decided to ask Shaibu, the man who stood with him during Take and Ten. And also, this is what you get when you forget the road through which you climbed to the top, because having seen what Shaibu suffered, and how he was repaid, I wouldn't think any less of this kind of backlash coming to Obaseki's camp. And when Obaseki sat comfortably and allowed the South-South zone, not even the chairman of PDP in Edo State, the South-South vice chairman national in the person of Obe, to leave PDP, that was when I knew that he's not ready to return Edo State for the PDP. So for those his aides to resign, those are insignificant acts, if you ask me, because in the Nigerian politics, they are just appoint SSAs, PAs just for compensation and all that. Just like you have the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu appointing somebody like Matawale, who has no military experience. We did not hear that he went to any intelligence school to be the Minister of Defense. That's what you see in Nigeria. So the governors just appoint those people to compensate those who worked for them during the elections, and they never take advice from them. They never call them. Remember, on this forum, I've said that all those SAs and PAs, they don't have offices. I've been around there.
One of them, when you say they are inconsequential, one of them, Emenya, was the former youth leader of Ward 6 and former organizing secretary. You cannot take away.
That is why I'm saying it's on compensational basis.
No, when you said that the aides they are not very relevant in the grand scheme of things. You see, the thing is, you cannot take away grassroots politics. Now, the people you might regard as, okay, they are inconsequential, might be the people that will plot your downfall. Because they are the ones that will mobilize the market woman, they are the ones that will mobilize the palm wine tappers, they are the ones that will mobilize the fishermen, they are the ones that will mobilize, you know, even the touts in the streets. They are the ones that will get into the creeks and get those people for you to vote for you at the end of the day. So grassroots mobilization in politics, particularly in campaign, you cannot sweep it under the carpet.
I'm not
one of
taking it away.
One of the aides that resigned was a former youth leader and an organizing secretary. That's important. And then, with respect to the removal of Uche Secondus and Iyocha Ayu, you cannot take away the importance of the word, the influence the word has in politics and in the grand scheme of things in political structure. So when you are losing at the word, to a large extent, it's a big blow.
Obaseki is not telling us that he's losing in the world. Remember, he's not the principal flag bearer. The principal flag bearer also have his people, his foot soldiers. You're talking about the youth leader or mobilization or whatever. You're talking about a grassroots mobilizer. And the grassroots mobilizer you're talking about now is the person whom Obaseki, the present governor, who has no need for votes, has already used him and has already compensated him. That's why I'm telling you that it is on a compensation basis.
Compensation that his salary was not paid.
No, you see, even if he's not paid, even we are here in River State prior to 2023 general elections, when the former governor appointed so many liaison officers, and how many times were they paid? So this is Nigerian politics. Let me tell you, this is Nigerian politics. What you're talking about is the theoretical aspect of how it ought to be. But the person who is going to be the PDP flag bearer now has his own people, has the people that are working for him, has the party structure, has his own allies that are also mobilizing people for him in the same capacity of this particular youth leader who is working under Obaseki already. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's not that their influence is not felt, but the influence, is it for Obaseki? He has seen that he's no longer relevant in the scheme of things. He's not being consulted. He's not being put in. Whatever resignation or cross carpeting they're doing is because they have seen that in the case of spare parts that have been used and their time has elapsed, and they are now focusing on the new mobilizers who is going to help PDP to win election, as the case may be. But Obaseki is not new for people to leave him at sea and he survive. He might not stick out his neck now because he's not the one involved, but in his own grace, the grace he has made that even when everybody has left him, remember that his secretary to the state government left him. A lot of his commissioners left him, and he stood alone with only few people. And the Edo State said, maybe the magic that played out was when the president now, who is Ahmed Bola Tinubu, stepped into the waters of Edo politics and made that statement, and the Edo people now came out and said, Edo is not Lagos. Maybe that's what worked for him. But now, what is going to work for him, he's already standing against a formidable force coming from APC. So, for him, whether those people stay, like they said, they have seen the handwriting on the wall. I've been telling you here, I'm not a category member of any political party, but APC is taking the day, giving what Obaseki has done unto himself, and how he has not galvanized the party to remain united. Even the soul of the party, as one of them mentioned, that they are the major stakeholders in the party, who are the aborigines. They neglected them in the case of Obi. And what you're saying about paying them or appointing aides and all that, you see what Rocha Sokorocha did when he was there. He appointed community liaison officers. At the end of the day, what did they achieve? So this is how they go about making over-bloated appointments. At the end of the day, they cannot use them to further the gains and the democratization of what the people gain at the grassroots.
All right.